do you think that they are very accepting of you out there because you're not from the town? You think if you was from there, like they wouldn't? Sometimes they say. I think Boosie said this in the Vlad interview. Like you gonna get the most hate where you from. You think if you was from there, they wouldn't be as accepting, or you think it's just like how you coming, like how you are? They accept you because of how you are, as opposed to so like if you was actually from LA, you'd still be getting the same amount of love, or you think that it's a little bit more open because you're not actually from there?
I'm gonna have to, be as practical as possible. I honestly think it's because I'm not from there.
Yeah, that's how. Because I know, like even out here in Chicago and stuff, like if you from here, people, what I'm saying, it's a certain way. You know what I'm saying? It's a hit or miss. People really rock with you based off of what you can do for them. You know what I'm saying? How beneficial you are. But as soon as you say, I'm from Atlanta, I'm from New York, I'm from LA, and you out here in Chicago, nah, they gonna treat you like you the king of everything. Like, say if you from anywhere but the Midwest, if you say you from like Gary or something like that, they like, you know what I'm saying, they gonna brush you aside. If you say you from like Minnesota, Milwaukee, and no disrespect to like none of them cities, but you from one of them cities and stuff, they gonna try like, you know what I'm saying, talk little boy you for real. But if you say you from anywhere outside of, like you say you from a big city like Philly or something like that, or DC, and you come to Chicago, you know what I'm saying, Miami, you come to Chicago, and you say you're not from out here, you can get so much support. Like it's like they gonna be eating from your palms and stuff. So that's actually pretty normal that you say that. So when you first moved out there to Cali, did they kind of like when you told them you made music, did they just assume that you was a drill artist, and then when they found out you wasn't, what was like the reaction?
One thing I do have to put into perspective in that it's like for my age group, like let's say 30 plus, or even like 28 plus, I had to get a reality check in that drill isn't dominant in that age group. So I got a real good pass off the strength of that. And LA is so removed, or LA can live off its own culture in such a way that drill isn't that prevalent. Every party that you go to in LA, you're not hearing Finito. You're not hearing Took It to the O. You're not hearing Lil Herb and Lil Baby Kill shit. You're not hearing drill. You're hearing LA music. So they know of it, but it's kind of easy to go out there and not do drill because, they got like YG, they got Draco, they kind of got their own culture. So you have to realize Chicago really is the third biggest city. So places like LA, places like New York, maybe even Atlanta and Miami to a certain extent, they already have their culture. So it's the same way in Chicago. You're not hearing YG in the Chicago party. You're not hearing Draco in the Chicago party. They're not crip walking in the Chicago party. They're currently crip walking right now in LA parties. So I can say, yeah, I'm a rapper, I'm from Chicago, and I can live in any space because they're not expecting drill because drill isn't prevalent in LA. It never was and never will be. That was something that got big and to a certain generation, to like the new YNs probably in LA. They think, that's cool. But even that generation, they got their own people out there. They got their own set of gangster rappers and YNs out there that they listening to.
Like EBK, J-Bo.
Yeah, J-Bo. Yep, exactly. So,
yeah. And then also, you know what I'm saying? So, like, our culture in Chicago isn't as... granted, it is a lot of people that came from Chicago and moved to LA back in the day. But our culture and how we live in Chicago totally different than how they live. Like, our culture is more congruent to, like, Philly, Baltimore, New York. That's why we all of us rock with each other's music. Somebody, how you living in Chicago and how they living in Vegas, LA, the Bay, totally different. Just like how people in Memphis and New Orleans is living totally different than how we is. You know what I'm saying? So I get that for sure. I know. So Avoidant and Antisocial is your first project in 5 years. Am I right?
Yep.
Okay. What went into that 5-year break? We got music, but we got music in that time period, but we didn't get like a full project. I know you was dropping stuff every year. You've been dropping stuff every year, but it'd be like songs and, you know what I'm saying, singles and stuff like that. So what went into that break in between like project to project? Because I know this year you dropped 2 projects. You went from having a 5-year break to, you know what I'm saying, 2 back to back.
Yeah, if I could, I'd drop 5. I think what went into that was me learning how to navigate in the industry, learning how to navigate just independently. So, and it was also me finding myself personally. So my last tracks, I think Bayonetta, maybe Kazuya, Virgil, they had like this really dark, kind of cold sound. I'm like, damn, like, am I turning into a drill rapper? And I think all of those covers had like a gun on it too. I'm like, nah, I ain't even you, bro. So
you had to reel it in.
Yeah, I had to reel it in. And then I think moving to LA. But even though I made like the sonic transition before I moved to LA, I knew what direction I was going. But I was like, man, you know, this ain't really you and what you want to put out. Even though they're really good songs, that ain't what you want to put out. Like, and you know, I'm touching 30 at this point. I'm like, nah, definitely don't want to make I'm jumping off the porch at 30 music, right? That sounds ridiculous. And so
it is sound like that.
So I'm like, you know, what can you do that's going to have some longevity? That even, you know, if you 45, you can make some shit like this, and people will be like, all right, you know. So that's when I made Mario Party, and I was like, I'm gonna focus on my mental health. I always talked about video games, but I didn't talk about being bipolar and stuff like that. So when I made that song, I was like, look, we gonna rock with this. We really gonna rock with this sound. I think this is something you can push. It don't sound like nothing else from Chicago. So that was like the first, like maybe 2 years that I was slowing down. The second 2 years, I actually went to LA. I interned at the studio. I learned how to record and mix and master myself. So in the midst of interning at the studio, I would see secondhand how the industry worked. And I was like, I don't know. Like, before I put out music, let me really sit down and have my independent plan just in case either A, the label never comes, or B, the label does come and they're trying to like put their hands all in my shit. So I created my own independent plans. Like this is what I'm gonna do. I don't give a fuck what happens, label or not. This is what I'm gonna do, and it's gonna move forward. So then after I learned how to kind of batch create my music, because now I record at home, cut out a middle band. I send it off to get mixed, but that recording is $85 to $100 an hour in LA. So
damn, that's crazy.
So cutting out all that, you know, having that excess bread to really push it. When I finally released Avoidant and Antisocial, I got all that like old man YM music like out of my system. I have a really good sound that is universal, and from kind of seeing a little bit of the industry, I know I can navigate on my own without the industry. Now, if you know they want to come and we share bread, that's cool, but I'm on my own agenda. So now that I have a trajectory with the shit, I'm putting it out intentionally. So that's what Mario Party was. That's what Avoiding Antisocial was. That's me moving intentionally. And now that I'm moving intentionally, you can see I'm a little more consistent with tapes now. And now we got a lot of tapes. We got a lot of music. We got a lot of music, and it's all like me. So that's why I took that break, to learn me and to learn the industry.
All right, yeah, that definitely makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Sometimes you gotta recalibrate, and I did the same thing even with this channel, bro. So no, I know exactly what you mean. I know you got a few videos that got snippets, but you know, what I'm saying the full versions are not released yet. So when should we be expecting them?
Which videos do I have snippets to?
Let me go back to it. Hold on. I was actually looking at a few of these earlier. So I know you got the MySpace snippet. I couldn't find the full video for that. I know I don't know if you meant to make this just a short trailer, or this was like short for the full video, like the avoidant antisocial. Only like 55 seconds. Did you mean it to only be 55 seconds?
Oh, I got you. That was the trailer for the album.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the trailer. MySpace. We wanted to do a MySpace video, so I probably just gave like an Instagram reel clip of it.
Okay.
I do want to get a video of that out, but
Yeah, I saw that dropped like a year ago and stuff. You know what I'm saying? I also noticed that sometimes you would drop like I low key wish some more artists did this and stuff, because it'd be like, I know you drop a song and drop a video like 2-3 years later. I always be having like, you know, sometimes you listen to like a song, you like, I really wish there was a video for this,
right,
or something like that, and then you know, since that artist didn't drop the video like within the couple months of the song being out, the video probably never drop it.
Yeah,
and so, because Currency got a few of them like that, I wish he like, I know you know what I'm saying, you shoot a lot of videos and stuff, but like I need a video for these songs right here too. So you know what I'm saying, like I wish some artists drop some of them a little bit later and stuff. You know what I'm saying, so I think that's dope for sure. Like it ain't never too late to drop a visual for a song.
No, we like it. We got budget for it. I'm always down to like come back to like the old shit, and I'm talking about like even when I was Greedy Fresh old shit.
Right.
It's just, you know, intentionality. And then even when I do live showcases, some of my songs I'm doing, they're like 8 years old, and they rocking like the bitches just came out.
Hey man, quality is quality regardless. So let us know what you got coming up for the rest of the year, and then even after that.
I have a show August 29th, as soon as I get back in LA. Yeah, I don't really have much going on in Chicago. I won't probably be here in a couple weeks. I think I'm leaving in 2 weeks. I got a show August 29th. We're preparing another headlining show for November 14th at the Virgil. That's going to be like in the Hollywood area. Fingers crossed when I come back, a lot more content. I'm not going to say I'm dropping a project. I have projects, but, you know, things are bigger than me now, so I can't really let you know if I'm dropping a project this year. If not this year, definitely next year. Just a lot more content. Keep streaming How We Vibing. That's going up when we go back. And the 2 shows and brand new merch. We've got a lot of new merch coming, so we're probably going to have a new set of hats, new shirt, and then we still got a few of the shirts from, what's the name of the last show? Dependency Showcase. We still have some merch from that. So, website. Got a website for the drop. That's going to have merch and tickets on it soon. So, all the updates will be on that. So, when that website drops, you can stay updated on everything I got going on